fall, learn, dominate. 3 words. A whole new way to live. Not a slogan. A decision. Let's begin. Introduction. You're not weak for falling. You're human. We all fall. Some quietly. Some in flames. But we all hit the ground at some point. The difference, some people stay down. Others get back up smarter, not stronger. Smarter. Because strength without learning is just pride. Falling isn't the problem. Hiding is, blaming is, pretending it didn't hurt is. But when you face the fall, you unlock the code, the resilience code. And that code says you're not done. You're rebuilding. You're not broken. You're becoming. So today we don't avoid the fall. We walk straight into it. And we pull out the fire. Welcome to the shift. Now let's go deeper. Chapter 1 is waiting. Chapter 1. You're supposed to fall. You thought falling meant you failed. But what if it meant you started? No champion ever became one by avoiding failure. They just stopped running from it. They faced it. They studied it. They used it. Falling isn't the end. It's the test. The gateway. The brutal filter between the curious and the committed. You're not supposed to get it right the first time. You're supposed to hit walls. Trip, doubt. Cry even. But here's the difference. Some people take the fall and call it proof they're not enough. Others take the fall and call it training. Which one are you? You see, the world wants you polished, flawless, filtered. But your rise won't be clean. It'll be chaotic, raw, painful. And that's okay. Because greatness isn't born in perfection. It's born in the dirt, in the bruises, in the moment you decide to get up again. So next time you fall, don't curse it. Don't hide it. Don't deny it. Own it. Because you're not falling apart. You're falling into place. Chapter 2. Pain is a message, not a punishment. Pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It shows up when something needs to change. But we were trained to numb it, to run from it, to shut it down with noise, distractions, fake smiles. Why? Because pain is uncomfortable. But guess what? So is growth. Pain doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're waking up. It means life is handing you a message. Something in you is ready to evolve. You can ignore the signal. You can cover it up with comfort, excuses, and distractions. But it won't go away. It'll just grow louder until you listen. Because pain that isn't faced becomes suffering. But pain that is embraced becomes fuel. Every ache has a purpose. Every wound has wisdom. So when it hurts, ask yourself this. What is this pain trying to teach me? Not punish. Teach. You're not being attacked. You're being sharpened, forged, refined. If it's uncomfortable, good. That means something real is shifting. Let it burn. But don't let it break you. Chapter 3. Learning is only real when it changes. You say you've learned, but have you changed? Because learning isn't reading quotes. It's not watching videos. It's not knowing what you should do. Real learning shows up when your actions shift, when your patterns evolve, when you no longer respond like the old you. That's the test. Not what you understand, but what you embody. You can fall 100 times, but if you react the same way each time, you didn't learn. You just repeated. Pain without reflection is just pain. But pain with reflection? That's transformation. So don't just collect insights. Live them. Take what broke you and turn it into a boundary. Take what shamed you and turn it into strength. Take what delayed you and turn it into direction. Otherwise, your story stays on loop. Same fall, same lesson, different day. But the moment you apply the lesson, everything shifts. So next time you say, I've changed, show it in your words, in your choices, in your energy. Because true growth doesn't whisper, it radiates. Chapter 4, Dominate quietly. The loudest one isn't always the strongest. Sometimes power whispers. Sometimes it walks in silence and still shakes the room. We've been sold noise as power, shouting, posting, proving. But domination, real domination, it's not about showing off. It's about showing up. Not once, but every day. Especially when no one is watching. You don't need to tell the world you're rising. Let your discipline speak. Let your consistency speak. Let your presence speak. True power doesn't beg for attention. It earns respect without noise because it's rooted, grounded, unshakable. So don't waste your energy proving your worth. Use it to build your worth. In silence. In the shadows, where legends are made. Because when you dominate quietly, you become undeniable. Not because you shouted, but because you couldn't be ignored. So keep showing up. Keep building. Keep rising. Even if no one claps. Especially if no one claps. Because the fire is not in the applause. It's in you. Chapter 5. The comeback is built in the dark. Everyone loves a comeback. But no one watches the rebuild. The nights when you question everything, the mornings when you rise with nothing but grit, the silence where no one claps, no one calls, no one sees. That's where the real work happens, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows, when it's just you, your pain, and your decision to continue. You don't need an audience to become unstoppable. You need solitude. You need truth. You need to meet yourself without filters, without noise. Because when you build in the dark, you become someone the world didn't see coming. They'll say it was sudden. They'll call it luck. They'll pretend they always believed in you. But you'll know. You'll remember the nights it hurt, the days it dragged, the moments you almost quit and didn't. The comeback doesn't begin when they cheer. It begins when you stop waiting for them to. So if you're in the dark right now, good. That means you're building. Keep going. The spotlight is coming. But you won't need it, because you already became the light. Conclusion: you don't need to be ready. You need to begin. You fell. You learned. Now dominate. Not perfectly, not loudly, but relentlessly. Because the world doesn't need another flawless hero. It needs real ones. People who rise with scars, who move with fire, who lead from experience, not ego. You've waited long enough. For the right time, for the right feeling, for the fear to disappear. But here's the truth. You'll never feel ready. And that's exactly why you must begin. Not later. Now. So take the fall. Use the pain. Apply the lesson. And rise. Quietly. Powerfully. Unstoppably. Fall. Learn. Dominate. Repeat as needed.